Hey there, Libra, and welcome to your week of July 19th, 2021 tarot reading. About to give you a general vibe card here, and then we're going to do a 4-card spread, past, present, future, and an outcome. Hopefully everything's going good for you, Libra. We're going to do some clarifiers for those cards too, but remember these are general readings, and if you're new to tarot in general readings just mean that this may resonate with you, it may not. Just take the messages, if they do resonate. I find I like to sit through a whole tarot reading. Just, this isn't me self-promoting, but I do genuinely like to sit through a tarot reading and get the information even still, because sometimes there's just nuggets of wisdom in there that you may not think are going to apply to you now, but they might apply to you down the road too. So, but that's just my bit. But remember, try not to force anything, because tarot can be a lot like a fart. If you try to force it, it's probably poop. So we'll keep that in mind as we get into your reading. So let's see what we got here for you in your general vibe card. We got the Fox Spirit here. Fox Spirit is saying, think on your feet, Libra. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Sorry about that. But the Fox Spirit says, think on your feet, right? This might be a week where you really need to be thinking on your feet. You really need to be on your toes. I think that's just a good skill to have in general, right? Like, not necessarily needing to think on your feet all the time, but being able to think on your feet, I think, is a really good skill to have in general. But this week it might be even more important for you. So we will see how that goes as we go about the reading here. I was about to call you Gemini. Libra, jeez Louise. So we're going to get your spread here in just a minute, but before we do, you can let me know about the new setup here. Do you like this? Do you like this mat? Let me know in the comments below. You know, of course, always let me know as well where in your chart you have Libra, and you can also let me know if these videos are leaving a positive impact on you. Hopefully they are. That's kind of the point. But if they are, please let me know. I love to hear about that stuff. That's kind of why I got into this, for the ego stroking. No, I didn't get in here for the ego stroking. I got in here for the positive impact on people. And speaking of, there's the High Priestess. Trust your gut. So in your past, High Priestess, trust your gut. As I just said, moving on. No, the High Priestess is all about trusting your intuition. So in your past, maybe you've been very intuitive, very much in that mode of trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Think on your feet. That's a quick way to trust your gut when you're thinking on your feet, is just to be really much like, your first instincts are usually the right ones, not to say that's always the case, but very much those two kind of go hand in hand, I feel personally. With the High Priestess here, we also have the initials B and J here. May mean something to you. If it does, please let me know. Doesn't mean nothing to me at the moment, but but that's just me. So let's see what we got here in your present. We got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a card of hitting rock bottom, or at very least being brought very low. The Ten of Swords is a card that reminds me of the song Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. And in the song, he says today is the greatest day that he's ever known, because today is also the worst day he's ever known, right? He's at a point where he just wants to end his life, but it's also the best day because he realizes he can only go up from here. And that's what the Ten of Swords is. It's like, you've been brought to the rock bottom, but guess what? That means you can only go up. You can't go any further down. It may feel like you can. It may feel like that completely, or it may feel like this is a bottomless pit, and how, of course, there's only infinite depths to go down. But the Ten of Swords is saying you can still get up from this. You may not be able to tell here, but with his hand, he's making a gesture, and that means the symbol of luck. So just very lucky at this time. Maybe he doesn't feel lucky, but you're just very lucky at this time. So trusting your intuition maybe has led to this. That sucks. That's the case, but it could turn out to be being the best thing ever, right? Sometimes, like I dated a girl that brought me very low in my life, and then I eventually had to seek out therapeutic help. I went to go see a counselor, and my life's never been better since, right? Like, it's been just straight up since then, and that's an example of how that can happen. This is leading to the King of Swords in your future. Pardon me while I get a drink of water here. All right, so the King of Swords is a card of honesty. Like the Queen of Swords. But the King of Swords is a little more about facts, truth, very much it is what it is. I want to know what it is. So it may be, like I say, you may just take this as like, we've hit rock bottom. We can only go up from here. Very much could be that. It could also just be a case of just like this person betrayed me, for instance. May not be the case, but this person betrayed me. Now I know I cannot trust that person. Now I know what that kind of person is, and I can use that to my advantage in the future, which I like that a lot as well. Could be also you've encountered a King of Swords. You're going to encounter a King of Swords in the future. Just someone who's maybe very analytical, might be someone who's like an accountant, banker, someone who's just really good with numbers, that kind of a person. Lawyer, that could be as well. Somebody good with the rules, the facts, lawyer, judge, that kind of thing. Could be something legal you're happening across. Maybe that's what's happening here. I'm not a legal advocate or no advice in that realm, but that could be something you're encountering in the future. Hopefully nothing too serious. This is all leading to an outcome of the Empress. I like that. The Empress is a card of abundance, a card of, just birthing what you want into the world. The Magician manifests things. The Empress births it into being, right? The Magician's sort of like the idea guy, right? He's like, I want to have X, Y, and Z, and the Empress is sort of the action taker. I'm going to create it. I'm going to bring it into this world. So I feel like here, you're trusting your gut. Maybe things haven't gone so smoothly, or maybe things are currently not going so smoothly. But I feel like if you just trust the facts, you just trust the knowledge, you just don't take it personally, you take the emotion out of it, you're going to lead to abundance. You're going to lead to the things you really want to, right? And that could be just all you're thinking on your feet. It's like, maybe it hasn't happened yet, or maybe it just happened, or is going to be happening. But just when something brings you low, try not to take it personal. Could be something as, like, I hate to say, like a job firing or something like that could happen. I'm hoping that's not it. I'm praying that's not it, but it could be something like that. And it's like, just don't take it personal, right? Just don't be like, oh, they fired me or something because, my armpits smell and I don't put on the right deodorant or something silly like that, right? Just, budgets, money's tight, right? Could be something as simple as that. So, or maybe you don't get a promotion or something, or maybe the person you ask out doesn't, they're not receptive to it. Right? And just don't take it personal, right? Just take the emotion out of it. So that's what we got so far. We're going to get to your clarifiers before we do. Thank you so much for being here, Libra. Remember, you can always leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, personalize it, share the video, and check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos, as well as your mid-month reading. I should have that uploaded when this goes live as well, so be sure to check that out too. And again, thank you so much for being here, Libra. So let's get your clarifiers here. So let's see what we got, Libra. Clarifying the High Priestess, we got the Devil showing up. Devil showed up at the end of Gemini's reading, so maybe you want to check out Gemini's reading. But this is Capricorn's card. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, or you're dealing with a Capricorn in the past, please let me know down below. But this is a card of kind of feeling chained to something, feeling like you're tied down to something, like you can't get away from it. The thing with the Devil is that chains can come off very easily, probably more easily than you realize. So it's just a matter, like I use the example of like smoking, for instance. Like people are addicted to smoking and stuff, but you can quit. There are ways to get out of it. Like it's very easy. You can just stop smoking today. That doesn't mean quitting entirely is going to be that easy of a challenge. Don't get me wrong. I have people in my family that smoke pretty much religiously, and they've tried to quit and haven't been able to. But you can stop at any time. It's just whether you can keep stopping or stay stopped, rather, is the question. It can also be a card of just enjoying yourself. Maybe that's your instincts in the past have been just to enjoy yourself and just sticking with that. So I like that. Clarifying the Ten of Swords, we got the Ten of Wands. Wow, 2 tens are the Ten of Swords. Tens are just ends of cycles, right? This is the end of something. With both of these here, there's a lot of bad going on here, right? Just a lot of not good. I just realized I pulled from the wrong deck here. Sorry about that. I'm going to pull one from here as well. The world. Okay. That's wild. That's really wild. So this is definitely the end of something. The world, though, the world is about the end of a cycle. The 10s are about the end of a cycle. Something is ending right now in your present. I don't know what it is. It seems really bad because the 10 of Swords is another like unnecessary, brutal ending. The 10 of Wands is something to do with like a project, something that's really stressed you out, something that's made you feel like you have the weight, the weight of the world on your shoulders. Oddly enough, that's wild. You know, this guy is trying to carry these wands, and it's not efficient. It's not going the way he wants it to. Trust, I carry bundles and stuff at my job, and that is, you don't want, when that happens, it sucks. It's so hard to carry stuff like that. It's just tough. So this has been really hard on somebody, but it's ending. Whatever this is, it's ending. And like, we got the King of Swords here, and it's like, just, you kind of want to take it in a analytical way. You don't want to be taking it personally, even though it's been so rough. It has been so rough. I talked about the Magician with the Empress here. This is wild. Today has been really a very new setup and stuff has been very interesting so far here. I will say that if you have Aquarius in your chart and you haven't watched that video yet, you're gonna see some pretty wild stuff in that one too. But clarifying the King of Swords, we have the Magician. Magician is the master manifester. I talked about how the Magician manifests, the Empress creates, right? The Magician gets the idea in his head. He's like, I want this, I want that. He's got all the minor arcana there to work with. Or sorry, they're all at the bottom here. He's got swords, cups, wands, pentacles. He's got it all. He knows what he wants. He knows what he desires. This is what he's trying to bring into the world. Something has happened, like maybe whatever this was, this ending here, has inspired you to be like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore. That was shitty. You know, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done. We're doing this. I want to do things my way. I want this kind of life for me now, right? And the Empress is saying, like, let's start taking action. Let's be proactive. Let's create this. So I like that a lot. And there's the wheel. There is the wheel to go with this. The wheel is all about getting what you give with the wheel. You give positivity. You give, like, I want to manifest this. The wheel's gonna be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get in there, right? Like, if you're sitting there where you're like, I want to be a vet, for instance. Like, you want to be a veterinarian. Just as an example, maybe you don't want to be a vet. Maybe you want to be a carpenter or a writer or a YouTube vlogger or something. Whatever, you do you. It's up to you. But you're like, I want to manifest this. And if you're putting in, like, I want to manifest this. I want to be like this, right? The wheel's going to be like, yeah, let's go. Like, the wheel's going to try and give you those opportunities. But you got to be like the Empress. You got to go out and go after those opportunities as well. You got to be on the lookout. Where is those opportunities? I need to seize them. Is the opportunity over here? Is it over there? Is it in my future? Is there something in my past that I can go back and, you know, go with that? I just feel like you've said enough is enough. Like, just something, like the last straw has been pulled and you're like, no, I'm doing things my way now. The hell with all this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the weight of the world. I'm tired of people stabbing me in the back. It may not be a literal stab in the back, but, you know, I'm tired of all this heavy shit in my life. I'm ending it. I'm doing what I want. I'm going after what I want in this world, and I'm trying to bring it in here. And Libra, I can't tell you enough how awesome that is to see. Like, I just can't. And I also can't tell you enough how freaky this reading has been, as well as the other air signs today. It's been just wild. So that is all I got for you this week. Thank you so much for being here, Libra. I really hope this helped you out. As Owen Hart said in his opening song, back in the 90s, enough is enough and it's time for a change. I feel like that is you here this week, Libra. Enough is enough and it's time for a change. So thank you so much for being here. Again, you can do all the special stuff I mentioned back before, liking, sharing, subscribing, checking out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus videos too. Hopefully that stuff all helps you out. Thank you again so much for being here, and I hope to see you, Libra, in the next video.